Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Facundo. I hope you're doing fine. I've been watching the new episode of Daredevil Born Again, and the new episode of Daredevil Born Again is really good. It's a very sad episode, but I really liked it. Something very awful happens to one of my favorite characters in the show. Last episode ends with Hector being accused of being a cop killer. So in this episode the trial starts. And in the show, we're gonna find out that several cops are wearing Punisher tattoos. What could that be about? So, let's dig in. The episode starts with Hector in a jail cell, telling Matt about his life. He tells him about a little frog that sings on a beach. It has a beautiful song that tourists hate, but Puerto Ricans love. Later, Matt tells him, "You're going to see that beach again, I promise." Cut to Kingpin. I mean Fisk. Kingpin. Or is it Fisk now? Okay. He's eating with Vanessa and they're keeping their distance. Vanessa says she was to launder money with paintings, which is a sad thing because art was one of the things that brought them together. Meanwhile, in the last episode, we also saw that Matt Murdock finally found the man that Hector saved at the subway platform. And he told this man to run away from his house. Then Matt Murdock was attacked by two policemen and looking for the man that Hector saved. But when they couldn't find him, they saw Matt and they tried to kill him. But he saved himself. Then later, Matt Murdock is in court and he hears somebody and Matt says, "Who's there?" And the man says, "So you are a lawyer, a blind lawyer who can fight." And keeps on threatening Matt Murdock. The officer was one of the policemen that Matt's client Hector stopped from beating somebody at the subway platform. When Hector tried to save that man, a tragic thing happened and it ended with a tragic accident. Now in court, the policeman is sitting there with lots of bruises in his face after the fight he had with Matt. Then in court, the policeman is lying. He's telling everybody that Hector was the one that started the fight that ended up with the policeman's death. And this is actually quite awful because Hector's getting anxious and really feels bad about what's happening. But Matt Murdock uses his powers and hears Hector's heart. So he calms him down. He tells him, don't react, and which makes Hector lots calmer. Matt hears how other policemen in the court are saying that they have to make sure that the witness doesn't testify. The policeman that says that they have to make sure that the witness won't testify also has a Punisher tattoo. What's going on? Then the witness comes and you can see that he's very, very anxious and he's very, very scared for all the policemen in court. So it ends up with him lying. He says that he hasn't recognized the policeman who threatened him at the platform, which ends up with Matt destroy Matt Murdock and his colleagues' whole defense. The star witness lies because he's very afraid of the policeman in the courtroom. I wonder if all of the police are evil in this show, but actually the commissioner looked like he was very cool in the beginning of the TV show. Matt and his colleagues think that the case is over because the star witness lied, which puts them in a bad situation. But then Matt says, Hector's a very good person and we know he ain't lying, so maybe we should put him in the witness booth. And they do. Hector is actually the superhero named White Tiger. In the comics, he died. Hector's niece is the one that takes the mantle of White Tiger after him. In this show, I think she looks too young, so I think they're gonna skip her and make Hector's little sister the White Tiger. Camardo Reyes' portrayal of the White Tiger is very good, and he's actually becoming one of my favorite characters in this TV show. Sadly, something's gonna happen to him. Hector starts talking about the night where the tragic accident happened. He says he bought some flowers that he was gonna put in a vase in the new studio apartment that he bought for his family. And that's gonna be a surprise. It was then when Hector went down to the subway platform, he saw these two men beating up somebody else. So he thought he has to help, because that's in his nature, to help somebody that needs help. And then Matt Murdock does something I didn't appreciate. He opens a bag and takes out Hector's white tiger mask and outs him in front of everybody. This makes the judge very mad, who starts talking to Matt and is so angry at him because he wasn't supposed to out Hector as the white tiger. I think that Matt did something very bad because he should at least have talked this through with Hector, but I think that just as Matt didn't have so many choices because the star witness lied, they didn't have much defense. So I believe this is why Matt did what he did. Matt Murdock starts interviewing several people whose lives were saved by Hector as the White Tiger. I really liked listening to these people who were telling everybody in court about what a great person Hector is. Matt Murdock starts reading police reports from different policemen who says that the White Tiger saved their lives. Hector says that saving people's lives is the right thing to do. That was very good. Matt says that every night Hector goes out and saves lives. Every night. And he keeps his neighborhood safe. I think that Matt Murdock made a big swing when he outed Hector Ayala as a white tiger, but it seems to be working. Many policemen in the courtroom, and especially the jury, sees Hector as a hero. Finally, Hector gets acquitted. The jury finds Hector being not guilty. For me, this was a happy moment because so far the show has been very bleak. But then something very bad happens. Kingpin calls BB and they're sitting down having an interview. Meanwhile, they cut to Hector getting ready to go out at night as the White Tiger. He puts on his amulet, he puts on his mask, and he's getting ready to go out and save lives. As soon as he goes out, he hears somebody scream, and he's getting ready to go and save somebody's life when something really awful happens. When White Tiger died, it made me feel very sad, even more because the actor Camardo Reyes, who plays Hector, died in real life in 2023 from cancer. I'm starting to really like this show, even if it's slow, but this episode is more like a courtroom drama than a superhero show, but the acting is really great. Both the actor who plays Matt Murdock and Hector are really great, but sadly, Hector dies in this episode, so I don't know what's gonna happen next. But one thing we know is that Frank Castle, the Punisher, is gonna show up again, because we can see that in the trailers. I read many comics with White Tiger, but never with Hector. The comics I read were with Ava Ayala, who's actually Hector's kid sister. Are you sad the White Tiger died? And are you excited to see the rest of the show? And to see Frank Castle, maybe the rest of the Defenders? Okay. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. Bye bye hugs. Bye bye hugs. I hope you're fine. Bye bye hugs. Take care. Pom pom pom, pachom pachom chom, quédate, pom pom.